Alright. So, damn. Okay. So, I had a request, and I can also tie this into a video response. A hair fail. This is a response to Whoissugar's video about her hair failure. She did a natural conditioner with like banana, avocado, coconut oil, and shea butter and some stuff. And she mixed it together. Well, she didn't use a blender, so she had chunks of that shit all in her hair. The shit was hilarious. But probably not to her, not during, but she requested that we let her know about our hair fails. Now, I can't personally remember any hair fails that I had with my own hair, doing my own hair, and I'm not saying that to be cocky or whatever, but I just haven't. I've had people fuck up my hair, i.e. my mother, but one thing that I do want to tell y'all about, this shit is funny. So, at school, we have theory nights. That means that we go into the classroom for the night and we learn in a classroom setting. Okay? So, sometimes we take tests, sometimes we watch videos, sometimes we will watch our instructor do a specific technique, sometimes we will do hands-on things with a model, and sometimes we'll practice on our mannequins. It just really depends on what's going on. Well, we were doing hair color. Okay, cool. Now, I have another classmate, Tasha. She was relaxing her hair, and K2 was getting her hair retouched by camera. Now, we're all fine and dandy. I'm watching camera. You know how you watch somebody do something and you be like, oh my God, they are fucking it up. Sorry, camera. That's how I felt when you were doing K2's touch up. Like, your sections was sloppy. You was just throwing that shit in there. And I was like, did she really want to do it? Or is she just doing it because somebody asked, you know? So, I'm just watching the whole thing go down, and I really wanted to take the brush and do it myself because there was some spots that needed to be lightened. K2 has blonde hair, by the way, but her shit was fucked up. Like, it was blonde hair, orange hair, brown hair. I don't know, man. There was a lot of shit going on, and it needed to be resolved. So, in the midst of camera putting the shit on her head, you know, everybody chilling. We chilling. Mr. Mac is like, oh no, you missed a whole bunch of spots. Let me go ahead and put these, get these spots covered as well, because we don't want it to be blotchy. We want it to be even. And then we'll tone it, right? Cool. Watching him put the shit on. Whatever. Yeah. And then Tasha is in the mirror doing her relaxer. I mean, in the mirror, you know, going through her relaxer, making sure that her new growth is straight and shit like that. Well, out of nowhere, K2's like, oh man, this is burning. Now, if you're a hairstylist, you know that whenever you're doing something with an applicator brush, the bristles can kind of irritate the scalp because it will, you know, rough it up a little bit. So I was thinking, you know, that the bristles on the brush that Cameron was using was really hard. Like, I knew they were really hard. It wasn't her brush. It was a brush of Mr. Max. And the bristles looked tough as nails. And so I was like, oh my God, your scalp is irritated, you know. Well, we'll be done, you know, in a moment. But she had to leave that shit on for like 35 minutes. So I was just like, you know, you'll be all right. Okay, cool. She's like, I wonder if this is what it feels like when you're getting a relaxer. And so Tasha left out, and she went to go get the neutralizer, come back in, and she sees Mr. Mac putting the color on K2's hair. She's pulling it to the ends that need to be lightened as well, because again, I told you there were some dark spots, some oranges going on in the back that needed to be tamed down. And so he pulled it to the ends, and I'm telling him where he needs to pull it. You know, he's like, if you see any spots, let me know. That's what I'm telling him, right? And so K2's like, oh my God, this is really burning. How about Tasha said, "That's not the bowl." And we all just looked. I kid you not. I hightailed it to the dispense. Full speed ahead. I'm just running. I ran out of the classroom panicking. Oh my God. And everybody that knows me knows that I'm dramatic. I was loud. I was jumping over shit. Somebody was doing a manicure. I jumped over the goddamn manicure seat. I ran and got like 4 things of neutralizer. And by the time I got back, we all knew that we had been putting relaxer in K2's hair. K2 is white. She has no fucking need for a relaxer, number 1. Number 2, K2's in the process of getting a relight, which means that her blondes were being lifted with a color that's formulated specifically for hot, like, lifting. And it has ammonia in it. That does not mix. Not at all. So, with her hair being so fine, I just knew her shit was going to be coming out in clumps. Thank the Lord, sweet baby Jesus, her hair didn't come out, but her scalp was red as fuck. She was crying and praying and crying and praying. It's funny now, but oh my God, I was so scared for her. And when I saw that her hair was not coming out instantly, I tried to reassure her that her hair was not going to come out from that moment going forward, because whatever was going to happen is going to happen, you know. Now, when we took all that shit out, her color looked nice. The ends that we were trying to lighten actually got straightened, which she had a small wave pattern, not much, not curly at all, but her hair was bone straight then, and so soft. And she was nervous about it being so soft. And she's thinking when she went to bed that night, she was going to wake up and be bald-headed. And I'm just like, calm down, boo. If your hair was going to break off, if it was going to fall out, it would have fallen out in the sink. Have you seen What's Love Got to Do with It? Of course she hasn't. So anyway, that shit was crazy. And that's an epic hair fail. But I can say that she's the first white girl that I know that has gotten a relaxer.